Hello, welcome to Pipette System. This may sound strange. Let me ask you a simple question. Are you using Excel spreadsheet for Pipette calibrations? If your answer is yes, probably you are wasting a lot of your valuable time. If you are an Excel expert, this may sound easy or this may seem easy to build some statistical formula that would calculate the accuracy and precision of, of the calibration data. But you would still need to find the manufacturer's specifications, and you have to build in these specifications into your formula so that after you complete your data entry, this spreadsheet would automatically calculate the accuracy and precision. Why bother spending so much of your time building the spreadsheet and storing the spreadsheet so that you can use it next times? We know how much challenging it is to manage the files when we have thousands of these Excel files and other files floating around in our computers. To help you do the pipette calibration easily, we created a simple solutions. This is a simple web-based applications, and this generates the barcodes so that you can track your pipettes using the barcodes, and this provides simple templates for calibration data entry. Once you complete your calibration data entry, the system is going to automatically generate a calibration certificate. It automatically calculates the accuracy and precision, and also you can print out the labels for the calibrations and for your pipettes. This sounds exciting, is not it? Let's get started. Before we get started, here are the things you would need for the pipette calibrations. If you are running a lab, probably you would have most of these items available on hand. You would need a calibrated balance, which you would use to take the samples, weight samples using your pipettes. And probably it's a good idea to use some weight sets to confirm that your balance is working properly. And also you would need a thermometer or RH meter that gives you the actual temperature and humidity on the given day or the given time. And also you would need some DI water, which you can use it for taking the samples at these at the specified levels in the specification templates. So here are the three easy steps that would be required to manage the pipette calibration process in the software applications that we provide. So first step is to register your reference standards, which I mean the balance, the weight sets, and the thermometers. This is one-time activity, as we'll see in the actual applications. And the next step is to register the pipettes, which model number, who is the manufacturers, and the serial number. So this is a one-time activity also. And the third step, once you have your reference standards and the pipettes in the system, then you create your cal records and enter your cal results. So here is the login screen for the pipette management systems. So let me log in and show you those three steps that I mentioned. So I'm going to log in the login screens, and once I log in, I will be in the home page. Probably you would not need the notification functionality, so I'll go straight to the pipette management homepage. And here the first step, as I mentioned, we have to register the reference standards, which let me add a balance into the system. So as you can see, some of the previous values have been copied, so I'm going to delete these ones. I'm going to say balance metal balance, and here I can select the balance, and here I'll put a serial number so that I can track it. And in this field I'm going to select yes, because I'm going to use the balance as a reference standards. And since we are not going to do the calibration of the balance ourselves, we'll select this as no. And here let's add a schedule so that we can get reminded when this balance needs to be calibrated against. So you can assign it to yourself, and here I assign it to myself after login. So I'm going to put 365 as the calibration intervals. So let's say you can find out when this balance was calibrated last times, and I'm going to put a no end date here so that it automatically calculates the last date. And rules and responsibility sections, I will just leave it as is. Here I would assign it to myself. So then I will click submit just to confirm the data entry that I have entered here. I'm going to enter my ID and signature here. So once I confirm the data entry, as you can see, the balance has been registered in the systems. And as you saw, it took me 1 minute or so. And in the same way, you can register your thermometers and also your RH meters. So now the second step is to add a pipette. So I'm going to add a pipette here. As you can see, the previous data got copied here. So I'm going to delete this and add a pipette that I'm going to calibrate. And instead of balance, I'm selecting the pipettes. Here I will select the manufacturer of the pipette. Let me select one is Gilson pipette, and here are all the models that we have already preloaded. So all that you would need to select your brand and the models. So if it is a P200 pipettes, I will just select it, and then I will enter serial numbers of the pipettes that you are using in your lab. And here in the reference standard, I'll select it as no, since we are going to calibrate the pipette ourselves. So we'll select that as no. And here I'm going to select a spec templates, and the system automatically shows you the selection options based on the manufacturer and the model number. So I'm going to select a 3x3. I'll show you how it looks like. 3x3 means you have option to enter, or you have option to enter the as found data and as left data, but the system would allow you to select where any options or any combination of the options available here. I'll show you what I meant by that in the third steps. So I'm going to select a schedule here also. So add new, assign it to myself, and usually if I'm going to put it as 180 days as the interval, so we can select a no end date, and this field is already filled in. So all that I would do is make it active again. I will confirm the data entry. As you saw, it took me less than 1 minute. As you saw, it took me less than 1 minute to register the pipette, and now I'm ready to do the calibration of these pipettes. To do that, I'll go to the home page, or I can click on create new here. It will open a cal record here, or I can go to the home page and click on show records. So as you can see, this is the pipette that we just added or registered, and on this pipette I'm going to create a cal records, add new, and you can see that the cal record has been created on the same pipette that we just registered, Gilson pipettes. So under the background sections, just you can confirm the assignments and also the spec selection options. So let's say this is 3x3 has been selected, and under your result recording sections, as you can see, here are the options you have to enter the actual calibration data. So let's confirm the spec template that we have selected, and again I'll click on submit, and I'll select the first options. So I have confirmed the spec templates, and now I can go in and add my actual data. So as you can see, the reference standards have automatically taken from the previous records, or you can remove them. You can add them. The one that we added was 147, so I can add that one. So if I need to add another reference standards, I can select it. And the temperature, today's temperature and the pressure, I can select based on the available data. So humidity, let me fill in some things. And here, let's say I'm going to do only as found data. I will skip the as left data. So here I'm going to enter some of the calibration data. As you can see, as soon as I enter the data, it does the automatic calculation against the spec, and it shows whether it passed or failed. Um, so now I'll confirm the results that I entered. Click on submit and click on save and submit results for review. Now you see that the calibration data entry is complete and the record has been closed. So at this point I can print out my calibration certificate. As you can see, the system has automatically calculated. As you can see, the system has already calculated the accuracy and precisions and created a calibration reports. And also I can go to the calibration record and print a labels that I can print this out and use it on my Pipette. And this also provides me option to track when is the next due date for the Pipette calibrations. Thank you. If you have any questions, please visit our website pipettesystem.com or please give us a call or send us an email.